This video is brought to you by Hyde Park Nutrition. Visit www.hpn.to for all your health nutrition needs.
Hi there, and welcome to my kitchen again. Today we're making a traditional yogurt dish called Raita. To start, what I've done is in this bowl I have roughly 2 cups of yogurt. Now the yogurt I'm using is homemade, so it is a little bit more sour. If you buy store-bought yogurt, you can just buy any plain yogurt and that would be fine. The next thing I'm going to do is grate some cucumber. I've done this partially. What I've done is I grated up about 3/4 of a medium-sized cucumber, peeled it and grated, and I've been just taking handfuls of cucumbers, squeezing out all the water and putting it in a separate bowl. You want to try to get out as much water as possible, that way your raita doesn't get kind of runny. And the reason I say 3/4 cucumber is because when you grate it and you take out all the water, it's going to lose a lot of its body. So you may think 3/4 sounds like a lot, but look what it's turned into. Now comes the easiest part. So I've got 2 cups of yogurt in this bowl, and I'm going to just dump in the cucumber and mix it up. Mix it gently, because I've noticed with the cucumber, if you mix it too vigorously, that's just going to force the cucumber to release more water, and you don't want that. So I'm just gently mixing it all up. If you think that the yogurt is too much compared to the cucumber, you can always shred a little bit more and add it in. It's very simple. We're just going to add some salt. Add about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. And now for sugar. If you're using homemade yogurt, which I said is more sour, you're obviously going to need a little more sugar to counter that sourness. If you're using store-bought yogurt, you can lessen that a little bit. So I'm going to add about a good heaping tablespoon of sugar. You want the flavors of the salty, the sweetness, and the sour to kind of balance each other in this dish. So when you taste it, if you think something is missing, you can add accordingly. These are mustard seeds. And all I've done is you take some whole mustard seeds. I think in the stores you can get mustard seeds. Get a mortar and pestle, mash them up, and this is what you end up with. So this will add a little bit of pop to the raita. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of this. And I recall that one more thing you do need to add, in addition to the mustard seeds, it's cumin seeds powder. About a teaspoon of cumin seeds powder will suffice. So I'm just going to carefully add that in this time. And a mix. And you'll notice that the body of the raita is just becoming a bit smoother. A lot of people will add maybe a bit of sour cream to make it creamier. I'm not going to do that in the interest of good health. I'm going to add some grapes, again, to add some more interesting flavor and to add some more sweetness. So just put them in. Give it a mix. This is optional. You don't have to add the grapes. And we're pretty much done. And all I'm going to do now is garnish with some cilantro. Here's our finished product. I've just put it in a nice bowl for some presentation. And see, yogurt raita is a great side in an Indian meal because yogurt acts as a neutralizer for a lot of spiciness. So people will eat it on the side of any kind of curry with some bread or naan or roti, just part of the meal. So if you have someone over that can't eat a lot of spicy food, give them some raita. So yeah, here you are, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and happy cooking.